Welcome to Bailey Yoga, where we connect with our breath, connect with our movement, to connect with the moment. See you on your mat.
Hello everybody, thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel. Hope you are all having a wonderful day. I am going to lead you through a restorative yoga flow tonight or whatever time of day you are deciding to watch this video. We're going to be focusing on our pelvic health. So super important part of our body we don't really pay too much attention to. So there's lots of muscles deep inside our pelvis. So this is perfect if you're on your moon cycle, and it's a great flow for men and women. So we're going to start standing today. So just make your way into a standing position. You can bring your feet hip width distance or maybe a little bit wider. And then just really grounding all four corners of both your feet into the mat. Reaching the crown of your head nice and high. And then closing your eyes if it's comfortable. Just starting to feel into your body. Engaging the front side of your body. Relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. Just start to notice your breath. Feeling the air coming in and out of your nose. And maybe taking a moment to set an intention for today's practice. So asking yourself why you're here practicing yoga. Maybe it's to relax a little bit. Maybe it's, again, to work on your pelvic health. To give yourself some love, whatever that is. Just keep on holding on to why you're here throughout our practice together. Let's start to deepen our breath a little bit. So keeping our lips sealed, just breathing in and out through the nose. Breathing deep into your belly, your diaphragm. Trying to stay as still as you can here, taking one last breath. And then gently fluttering your eyes open, beautiful. On your inhale, reach your arms high over your head. Exhale, drop the right hand down, reach down for your thigh, and then reaching over with that left hand, draw that arm back, maybe gazing up towards the sky. And then inhale, coming back through center, both fingertips reach high overhead. Exhale, left hand comes down on that thigh, right arm reaches over. Keeping the weight evenly pressed through both feet, reaching those right fingertips. And then inhale, come back through center. Bring the palms of your hands to touch, slowly sink your hips down in between your feet, coming to our malasana yogi squat. So the hands are pressing firmly together, elbows pressing into the knee. You can bring a block or pillow underneath your hips here to help you support yourself. And then just reaching the crown of the head nice and high. So lengthening through that spine, just breathing here, starting to really relax our pelvic area. Finding movement if it feels good. And then let's drop our chin down towards our chest, just lengthening through the back of our neck and our back. Keep on pushing those elbows in, keep the shoulders down and relaxed. And then drop the right ear to the right shoulder. And then bring the chin back through center, left ear comes over to left shoulder. Beautiful, and then bring it back through center. And then slowly roll it up. Maybe find a little bit more movement, gazing up if it feels good. Let's take one more breath here, really pushing the hands together. And then on your exhale, hands come to the ground, hips lift high, melt into your forward fold. So have your knees be really bent here, really just allowing the upper body to fall down towards the ground, letting the neck and head go, and then keeping that weight in the front of your feet. Go ahead and open up your feet a little bit wider than hip width distance here, so we give ourselves plenty of space. And then grab opposite elbows. And then just allow the upper body weight to bring you forward, breathing into your back body here. And then you can maybe start to gently sway your upper body from side to side, stretching out through the side body. Maybe open and close the jaw, shaking the head, yes and no. Just all these options to find what feels good. And then slowly release your hands down to the mat. On your next inhale, come into a halfway lift. So lengthen out through that spine, reach the crown of the head forward, tailbone sends to the back of the mat. Take another inhale here. Exhale, come down, forward fold. On your next inhale, slowly rise all the way up to standing. Arms reach overhead. Gazing up, exhale, hands come through heart center. And then bring your hands down towards your hips. Just start to draw some circles from your hips here. Maybe holding over to one side if it feels good. Breathing. So starting to tap into your ujjayi breath, keeping the lips sealed. Just really feeling that breath through your nose. Beautiful. And then coming back through center, take a nice deep inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, come down and back into that yogi squat. Push the hands together, reach the crown of the head high. Take one breath here. And then slowly let your hips come down to the ground. You can use your hands. And then you're just gonna open your legs up nice and wide, finding a wide-legged seated position. Stack the shoulders right over the hips. Reach the crown of the head nice and high first. Gaze to your toes. Make sure they're pointed up towards the ceiling. You can even flex them back towards your face if you would like to. And then take a deep inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, come into a forward fold. Bring your fingertips to the ground and then keep on reaching the chest forward until you've reached your lowest point, and then go ahead and relax the neck, head and shoulders, maybe bringing a block underneath that forehead. Just letting yourself become nice and relaxed in this pose, using your breath here. Let's go ahead and take one more breath together. And come back up onto your hands, walking yourself back into that seated position. And then bring your hands behind your hips and then step the soles of your feet onto the ground, hip width distance or maybe a little bit wider. And then fingertips are pointed in towards your sit bones. Knees are pointed high to the sky. You're gonna draw the shoulder blades down and back, so keep the chest lifted. And then from here, just gently dropping your knees from side to side. Going as fast or as slow as you would like. Just being intentional about whichever speed you choose. Just taking a few more breaths here. And then once they reach the right side, keep the knees over to the right and then walking your fingertips up to find a seated position. And then just adjusting the legs however feels good. So pulling that back heel in towards your glute. Maybe bring that right leg towards your body just a little bit more. And then keep both of your feet flexed. Both fingertips stay on the ground. I'm just using them a little bit to help adjust your shoulders right over your hips. Reaching the crown of the head high still. And then just relax into this pose. Pelvic area is nice and relaxed here. Shoulders down away from the ears. Just breathing. Feeling where this pose creates sensation throughout your body. And then you can stay here just like this. Or if you would like, you can bring your hands behind your hips and start to walk your upper body back just a little bit. Maybe even coming down onto those elbows. Still staying lifted through the chest. Breathing here. And then coming back up onto your hands if you're down, walking yourself back up. And then just bring the soles of the feet back down to the ground. Adjust those hands, fingertips pointed in towards the sit bones, sitting up nice and tall, and then just dropping the knees from side to side again. And then once your knees reach the left side, keep them there. And then again, walking up your hands, finding seated position, adjusting your legs as needed. And then keeping fingertips on the ground. Get those shoulders right over the hips. And then lengthen up through that spine. And then returning back to your breath. Option again to bring those hands behind you, letting your upper body fall backwards. Taking one more breath. And coming back up onto your hands if you're down, walking the fingertips back up, and then just bring the soles of the feet back down to the ground. From here, continue walking your hands forward, and then just bringing your arms around your legs, letting your head drop, chin comes towards chest, just lengthening out through the back body. Breathing. Feeling that connection between your feet and the ground, your sit bones in the ground. And then gently rolling back up to a seated position. Cross the ankles, bring your hands out in front of you, make your way into a tabletop position. So spreading those fingertips nice and wide here. Pressing all 10 knuckles into the mat. Make sure they're right under the shoulders. So maybe opening them a little bit wider than you think you need to. Hips are right over knees. One long line from the crown of your head to your tailbone. So creating space in between each vertebrae. And then on your inhale, go ahead and drop your belly as you lift your chest and your tailbone up towards the sky, maybe gazing up. We're gonna hold here for a few breaths. So feeling that nice stretch along the belly. Keep on pressing the hands into the mat. Reaching your chest forward. Taking one more inhale. And then on your exhale, rounding through your spine, chin comes towards chest, pushing that ground away, drawing the shoulder blades apart from each other. A few breaths here, pulling your belly in towards your spine, rounding through that spine. Taking one more breath here. And then on your inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, rounding through your spine, chin to chest. Taking a few more of these on your own breath. Maybe adding in some more movement here. Just exploring what your body needs. Breathing into this movement. And then go ahead and return to center. Walk the knees to the edges of your mat. Bring your toes to touch and let those hips sink down towards your heels. Bring the upper body down, forehead touches the ground for your child's pose. Option to bring a pillow or block underneath the chest, maybe underneath the hips. Just get nice and comfortable here so you can let your body relax. Breathing into the places you feel tension. Bring some awareness to that pelvic area. Just noticing how it feels. See if you can relax it, releasing any tension there. One more breath here. See if you can relax a little bit deeper. And slowly lifting the head, walking your hands forward. You're just going to come down onto your belly. Bringing one cheek down to the mat and then opening up your legs a little bit wider than hip width distance. Just feeling your weight supported by the ground. Relaxing through all your muscles, maybe just wiggling your hips a little bit. And go ahead and pick up your head. Bring your chin or your forehead to the ground and then reach your arms to the corners of your mat. And then on your inhale, lifting up through your head and your chest, start to inch those hands back in towards your body, keeping the arms straight, shoulders are down and relaxed. You're just lifting up through your chest, lower body, pelvic area, nice and relaxed. And then just slowly inching them back, finding your edge, breathing into this pose. Taking one more breath here. And then exhale, come all the way back down, cheek comes to the mat, and then bring your heels up towards your hips, and then just let your legs fall from side to side. And then feet come back down to the mat, and then walk your elbows underneath your shoulders. Forearms reaching to the top of your mat, pressing down into those elbows so that your shoulders stay down and your back lifting up through your chest. So kind of pulling the mat towards your body as you lift your chest away from your body. Again, lower body, pelvic area stays nice and relaxed. Keep on pressing into those elbows to lift up through your chest. You can stay here, maybe add some neck movements. Taking one more breath. And then exhale, come all the way back down. Heels come to hips. Drop the legs from side to side. And then let the feet come back down to the ground. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And then just bring yourself back into your child's pose. So maybe adjusting the knees, having them wide to the edges of your mat if you want to focus on releasing through your hips. And then just walking them closer together if you want to feel a nice stretch through your low back. And just wherever you are, returning to your breath. And gently walking your fingertips back up towards your body as you lift up through your chest. Come to sit on your heels. You can bring your knees closer together. And then on your inhale, bring your arms high over your head. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Take a moment here to check in with how you're feeling. And then release your hands to the ground. Lift your hips so you can cross your ankles. And then find your way to a seated position. Send the legs out in front of you, nice and long. Stack those shoulders right over your hips. Nice long spine. Inhale, arms reach high overhead. Exhale, folding forward over both your legs. Slight bend in the knees is okay here. You want to be bending from your hips. So reaching the crown of the head forward. And then just allowing yourself to relax into this pose. Adding any props you'd like here. Maybe bringing a block underneath your forehead or under your knees. Also under your hips can be a great place. Remember not to push or pull yourself into this pose. So allowing your body to fall wherever it falls. No need to look a certain way. Just as long as it feels good. Sending your breath to your hamstrings, up into your back. Relaxing around that lower back, that pelvic area. And then gently rolling yourself back up to a seated position. Bending at both your knees so you can bring your soles of your feet together. Finding your butterfly pose. Finding length through the spine first. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, you can fold forward. Maybe using those elbows to press the knees down towards the ground. You can give yourself a little foot massage here if you would like. And of course, just breathing in this pose. Relaxing through the shoulders. Always need to remind myself of that. And then slowly coming back up through center. Keep the soles of your feet together. You're just going to use your core slowly with control lower all the way down to the ground. The upper body is nice and relaxed. And then just let those knees continue falling towards the ground, making any adjustments you need to get comfortable here. And then go ahead and bring both of your hands down right underneath your low belly, right on that pelvic area. Just softening through your body, allowing your breath to slow down. Just noticing how you feel. Taking a few more breaths here, starting to really quiet that mind, setting ourselves up to become deeply relaxed. And slowly bringing the knees together, bring them in towards your chest, wrapping your arms around your legs. Just gently rock from side to side, massaging out that lower back. Upper body stays nice and relaxed as you do this. Maybe even opening your legs a little bit wider, just letting your legs fall open. And then gently bring the knees back together. Bring the soles of the feet down to the ground. Make sure you can touch your heels with your fingertips. We're gonna come up into a bridge pose. So if you have a block, go ahead and grab it. We're gonna be doing a restorative version of this pose. If you don't have a block, you can just lift up into regular bridge pose. Stay as long as you would like and come down. But I'm gonna be leading you through a restorative version. So on your inhale, you're gonna press into your feet, lift your hips, and then go ahead and slide that block any height you would like underneath your sacrum. So right in between your tailbone and your lower back. And then just letting yourself relax here so you're fully supported by that block. Keep your feet nice and grounded. And just let this middle area, your pelvic area, your hips, low back, low belly, just let it all come nice and relaxed. Just returning to your breath here. If you can just soften just a little bit more. Then go ahead and gently press into your feet. Lift your hips, removing the block, and then bringing the hips back down towards the ground. Hug the knees back into your chest, giving yourself a little rock. And then send the left leg down to the ground. Keep on holding your right leg into your chest. And then take your right hand on top of that right kneecap. Let your left arm come down to the ground. And then just gently rocking this leg forward and back, just using your hands, so allowing your leg to be nice and relaxed here. And maybe just drawing some circles, just feeling that connection between your femur bone and your hip socket. And then from here, reach down to grab your foot and then pulling it in towards your body. Just breathing here, keeping your shoulders, upper body nice and relaxed. And then taking your right hand, grabbing the outside edge of that right foot, just opening up that leg, coming into half happy baby. So letting that leg draw open wide, knee pulled in towards your armpit. Flex through those left toes so the left leg stays on the ground. And then maybe just playing around with the placement of your hands. So maybe you want to grab your ankle or your shin and find what feels best here. Keep on breathing. And then releasing your hand, bring that knee back into your chest. Give it a nice squeeze so you're compressing your hip flexor here. So squeeze it in nice and tight, maybe even rocking it back and forth. And then go ahead and send it across your body over to the left side. Right arm opens up, gazing over to those right fingertips for your supine twist. Both shoulders stay on the ground. Just find some comfort here, so making any adjustments you need. Finding some stillness, letting go, allowing gravity to do the work. All you have to do is breathe. Then gently bringing that knee back into your chest and then sending it down to meet your left leg. Reach your arms over your head for a full body stretch. Taking an inhale. And then on your exhale, bring that left knee into your chest. Take the left hand on top of the left kneecap, right arm comes down by your side. And then just gently rocking that leg forward and back using your arm. Maybe drawing some gentle circles here. Switching directions. And then go ahead and reach down for that foot, pulling it in towards your body. Then left hand grabs the outside edge of your left foot. Gently open up that leg, let it fall out towards the side. Flex through those right toes so the right leg stays on the ground. And then upper body's nice and relaxed. Knee coming in towards your armpit. You can play around with your hand placement, bringing it to your ankle, your shin, maybe even the inside of your foot. And then releasing the foot, bring the knee back into your chest, giving it a nice squeeze in towards your chest. Feeling that compression. Maybe rocking it gently side to side. And then send it all the way across your body over to the right side. Left arm opens up, gazing over to those left fingertips for your supine twist. And then once you've found your pose, just soften through all of your muscles, even the deep inside ones throughout your pelvic area. Slowing down, smoothing out your breath. And then left knee comes back in towards your chest. Give it a squeeze. And then send it down to the ground. Arms reach overhead for another full body stretch. And then exhale. Knees come back in towards your chest. Maybe giving yourself a little rock. We're going to set up for our shavasana pose. So lifting your neck, head, and shoulders, giving yourself a nice big hug here, squeezing everything into your midline, contracting through your muscles here. So squeezing everything, And then on your exhale, releasing everything, coming down to the ground for your shavasana pose. Or I'm going to give another option for your shavasana pose. If you have a wall nearby, you can go over towards it and then just bring your hips close to the wall. And then you bring your legs up towards the wall, upper body relaxes. And then just reaching your legs high for your shavasana pose with your legs up on the wall. You can just rest your arms down by your side like you would in regular shavasana, palms facing up towards the ground. You want to be nice and relaxed here. So just letting your legs be relaxed and still. Just feeling the weight of your body supported. Slowing down your breath, making any adjustments you need to get comfortable here. Softening through your face muscles and your shoulders, your jaw, your pelvic area, your hips. Another option for this wall version of shavasana, you can bring the soles of your feet to the ground and then just let your knees open wide, kind of like a happy baby. And just everybody finding stillness, finding whatever pose works best for you today. Enjoying these next few moments. Just being, breathing, feeling into your inner body. Gently start to bring some movement back into your body. So just being mindful with your movements. Maybe reaching your arms over your head. And scooting away from the wall if your legs are up on it. And then gently making your way over to your favorite side. So bringing your head to rest on your arm. Knees coming in towards your chest. Just a moment here to recognize growth. And then as you're ready, you can make your way back into a comfortable seated position. Try to keep your eyes closed if you can, lengthen out through the spine. And then bring both of your hands to that pelvic area. So right under your low belly, relaxing through the shoulders. Maybe thinking back on the intention you set at the beginning of class. And then just checking in with yourself, noticing how you feel at the end of your practice. Let's take one final breath together. Inhaling through the nose, sending the breath to the body, filling up, expanding. And then exhale, letting everything go, maybe sighing it out. And gently bring the palms of your hands together, bring them to your heart center. Take a moment to thank your body so much for taking care of you every day. And then thumb knuckles come up to forehead center. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste. Thank you to all you beautiful people. I appreciate you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this practice, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading a new video every week. So let me know if you have any questions at all. I would love to get to know you more. And I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your week. Thank you so much.